Hey everybody, Arnaldo here, broadcasting from Fidelios Frequency. Welcome to my channel. Today we are in Brooklyn, New York City, and we are at TVI, and we're checking out a pop-up record fair, record show that Academy Records organized, gathering together a bunch of other record stores all in one spot. So let's go inside and take a look at what they have in store for us. So I'm back from the record fair, and I don't know if you guys paid close attention to the earlier part of the video. In some of the flip videos, I tried to showcase the heat that some record stores and independent dealers brought to the record fair. There were some very expensive records and very rare pressings. But let me show you what I picked up at the record fair. The first table that I made a purchase at, it was Captured Tracks Records, and they are a record store in Brooklyn. They had a good mix of common and less common records, and I picked up something that is not so difficult to find. I've seen it at other record stores and record fairs, but never in a really good condition. And this one was in excellent condition, almost near mint. So I couldn't help not to pull the trigger on Lou Reed's third album, Berlin. And this is his album produced by Bob Ezrin, and his concept album revolving around the struggles of a drug-addicted couple. So not a very chipper topic. First, US pressing with the textured sleeve, and on the orange RCA label, the Dynaflex, as you can see, vinyl. Most importantly, it came with the, in excellent condition, the 8-page booklet with all of the really interesting graphics, lyrics, photos. And all in all, I was really happy with the purchase because it was at a very fair price. Next up, a gentleman, I believe he's an independent dealer. His name is Drew Redmond, and I picked up something that I wasn't actually expecting to find at a US record show. Reason being, it's a record by an Italian artist, probably one of the greatest singer-songwriters that Italy's ever produced. And his records are hard to find in very good condition in Italy, let alone in the United States, outside of Italy. And I'm talking about Lucio Battisti. I don't remember, it has to be like around his 8th or 9th album. The album that came out, I think, in 1976, called Lucio Battisti, La Batteria, Il Contrabbasso, etc., which means Lucio Battisti, drums, double bass, etc. And excellent condition for a almost 50-year-old record. Came with the inner sleeve in excellent condition, and here's the label. Actually, for the time, it's actually very heavyweight vinyl. I would say at least 160, maybe 170 grams. And interesting thing, some of you may know the main track off this album, which is called Ancora Tu, because it was reinterpreted by Roisin Murphy a few years ago. I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. She did a double EP celebrating some of her favorite Italian songs, and Ancora Tu is one of those songs, and she did a fantastic version of it. But for those of you not familiar with Lucio Battisti, he's in the league of like an Italian Bob Dylan, with the only exception that, or maybe he's a cross between Bob Dylan and Elton John, because he didn't write his lyrics. He composed the music and the melodies, but his Bernie Taupin partner was a guy called Mogol, and he's almost like a poet because his lyrics were really good. They stand alone very nicely as just lyrics and poetry. So that's a little bit about Lucio Battisti. Fantastic cover, by the way, as well. I love this picture. Final purchase, something that I have been looking for a long time. I got it at Casey Block's table, another independent dealer. And I've been searching for a UK original of this pressing. At the time when it came out in '89, I bought the CD, I bought the 25th anniversary edition on vinyl, but I've always wanted either an original US or preferably UK pressing. I have never come across the MoFi Mobile Fidelity version, which I hear is probably either first or second best of this pressing. And I'm talking about the Pixies Doolittle. Got this at an excellent price, less than what it typically goes for on Discogs or on eBay. For those of you not familiar with it, I think this is the Pixies' best album, one of my favorite albums of the 80s, my favorite Pixies album. And Mobile Fidelity did a really nice edition in gatefold edition. What they did was they made a gatefold out of the inner sleeve. And here's the back. This is a MoFi that was sourced from the original analog tapes, so no DSD step involved in this one. Let me show you the inside of the album on the like black silver label. And most importantly, this came with the I think 24-page booklet that was in the original UK limited edition version. They reproduced it beautifully, except for your typical banner, but at least they gave it a copper finish. So I'll show you this as well, because the artwork from Vaughn Holliver is, and 23 envelope is stunning as usual, as per all the 4AD releases. So I'll bore you with these beautiful pictures and artwork. And yeah, that's the final. So very happy to have found this, and it was the first record that I listened to. It sounds fantastic. I have not heard a original US pressing or original UK pressing, but this blows the 25th anniversary edition out of the water. Also because that pressing was extremely noisy. The vinyl is not one of the best. This one, quiet vinyl, loads of bottom end on this record. Very nice soundstage. So I'm really happy to have gotten this and added this to my collection. Always wanted it. Still on the search for an original UK, but patience, right? And eventually I will find it. So, final thoughts on the Academy Records and Friends record fair. I really enjoyed going to it. Not a very big fair. Maybe I want to say 10 to 12 dealers, maybe 15 dealers between independent dealers and record stores. I like the idea because it's a local one that another record store put together, inviting obviously competition, but I guess they're all friends, and that's why it was possible, was made possible. The venue, TVI, is a performance space. It's like a performance venue, a live venue, and a bar, a club. And if I could only say one negative thing, or at least one thing they could have improved upon, is the lighting. As you saw in the flip videos, most of the lighting in the main area was basically reflected lighting from the disco balls, which is pretty cool if you're there for a night out with friends, having a drink, listening to music. But for record shopping, probably you want to have a little bit more light. Also because I sometimes had a hard time even seeing the album covers, let alone being able to inspect the vinyl, because obviously some of these records were very expensive, so you want to make sure that the record's in good condition, and the lighting there was not very conducive to determining the quality of the record per se. But great effort. Kudos to Academy Records for putting this together. I hope they do another one. Because of the smaller scale of the fair, I enjoyed it more. It didn't take me hours, and I didn't get tired going from one table to the other, which sometimes can be a bit draining, at least mentally and also physically, because you're always, elbow to elbow with other people, trying to fight over, not really fight, but at least trying to get access to certain tables that were more crowded than the others. So I want to say, great idea, and I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next one. Hopefully they will do a next one. And I guess that kind of wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed this one and you want to stay tuned and find out about more video and more content that's coming out on my channel, please consider subscribing. And it doesn't cost you anything. It is free. There's no real commitment. And I guess that's it for today, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.